Alright, so hello everyone and welcome back to more Nier Replicant. I have not played this in almost a month since I beat it. I kind of went off to focus on some other games and other things. I'm back because today I'm gonna turn on my controller first like an idiot. And we're actually gonna go ahead and continue right from where we ended off. I had to end it last time, that was my mistake. I started a session and then I couldn't finish it, which is always hilarious that I end up doing something like that. I don't even remember where I was. I think did we finish the reading segment? This game has a lot of reading segments, by the way, just FYI. So from what I know, there are 5 endings in this game, similar to Automata.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past.
I think we can maybe skip this.
Maybe.
I think we've seen this, right? Kaine's dreams, discrimination. I think we also read this. I'm scared to press start. This is the problem with PlayStation. I can only suspend one game at any time, and I can't do anything else. Alright, yeah, Demo's an asshole. He's a piece of shit. They literally throwing rocks at her, which is a fantastic thing to do to someone. I think we got to the second one, and that's when I stopped, because I went to go get something to eat ages ago. Alright. This is why the song is called Grandma for her. I think that's part of her theme's name is Grandma, because she's such an important character to her. Which, honestly, when I first found that out, I'm like, huh, there must be an interesting story behind this, and now I just feel sad. I really do appreciate that. I love feeling like shit. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was far from as work of an artist could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with those splinters of wood and words that'll make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. And you, Kaine, yelled the woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she sculled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job at shopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of those bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Let me not knock this over. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, logging all across the yard. Damn it, a crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had the natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. "Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you..." Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma. The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket, can't let it spill. Kaine stayed the bucket with her foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side, made a new home on the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, he grabbed her grandmother and by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seems the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than any of them had feared, their positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed like an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should have quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across the dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. A few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey, lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The old woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me, they seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion, fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed to a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand because of his gang of followers were nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. Before he could let fly a comeback or worse, a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched her when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kali, thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind. She reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he says. Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she'd been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh, so anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Horse shit," said her grandma, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put down those crayons and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning up against a wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all." "I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something." The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain from her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been of a person's face. It also could have been of a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time and then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter, "you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandma to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they rolled me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, and then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before, and it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and joy, and pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore never to forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of a life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Oh no, I have to drink really quickly. Okay. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned the courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Well, it looks like a bug, and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but it moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning, Kaine found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take out the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it across their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could shoot through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "Goddamn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We've got nothing worth stealing anyway." "But I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other." "Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that." A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for that moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. "Yes," she said after a bit. "Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems like my mind is..." She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand, gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. "You're going to be a true woman soon," Grandma says. She placed the flowers in the girl's hair. "So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become." Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. "You're a beautiful thing," said the old woman, "and there ain't another one like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you." "Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from?" "Gee, I wonder." "I'll teach you to sass me, girl," yelled Grandma. Suddenly she lurched forward, grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. "Grandma," yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. "Grandma, stop it. What the hell?" The woman stared at her and blinked and slowly held her wrinkled hands off as if it was the first time she'd ever seen them. "Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just..." Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. "Listen," she began, "maybe I should stay home after all." "No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go and get your fruit and wall and whatnot, I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you." Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looked so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot on itself. No! Oh gods, no! Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. "Grandma! Grandma!" Kaine ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling under the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark, not just fire. It can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist, but then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "Alright, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me, let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to her house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. She's alive, thought Kaine. Alive! Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now. As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back to the earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or more of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, and the distance seemed to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved his claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again, and was clearly keeping her alive only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt at the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me. It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in her chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of her home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine. Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out through her through the smoke. Grandma. Kaine, you've got to run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no. No. I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the figure of the woman. Blood oozed from the gaps between the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying not to feel the hands which had just been in hers just a moment before. Shit! The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. I almost dropped my controller, I'm sorry. Kaine's body slowly rose as if being controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent to impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eye began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, as if trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't be. Can't die. Grandma told me to live. Inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, 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 kill it. Kill it now! As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. That is one hell of a recap, and that's very emotional. You would almost forget there was a game after all that, to be fair. Are we gonna have to kill this thing again?
The beast approaches. Oh, I know.
I have to remember how to play this game. I stopped playing this. What is so special about this thing, by the way? Why is this one, like, just super tough for some reason? This must have been someone's favorite, for sure. What is this sword? Blade of Treachery? I don't even know where I got all this stuff from. Oh, this is not how you change weapons. Phoenix Sword? Yeah, it's been a while since I played this, so you're gonna have to forgive me. I don't even remember how to play this. I'll be completely honest with you.
This creature must have. How did it even
Yeah, there you go. That's
survive
my
these
fist.
past 5 years?
Not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
Alright, it's pretty straightforward.
Lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
There you go. Shoot. Alright, easy. I don't expect this to take nearly as long. I kind of feel like we're going to end up more or less zapping through most of the stuff, in fairness. Especially since we have the levels and the stats. As it usually goes, the levels are cumulative. I always think that he's going to rip down the chandelier. That would be a cool finisher. Alright, motherfucker. You ever seen End of Evangelion, you bitch? Evangelion is excessively fucked up, but I recommend you watch it. I thought we would end up playing as Kaine. Like, it would just be like a different timeline of events. Oh no! Dude, this is gonna be non-stop reading. It's gonna be half a visual novel. Gently, weakly, softly, the shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, only succeed in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of an arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought, the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck your eyes out and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. I don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few existence, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. No, stop, don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture into the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. Just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me! Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feeling the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let's go. Come on, Tom, hit her. Hit him and let's go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. I love that episode of Tom and Jerry, by the way. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Is this really a reference to that? Holy shit, it's like all the dialogue from it. Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, baby, what of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation he'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me that body, and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back, too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, sunshine, screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of shades, burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that, sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop, gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it. Hate's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed to drop the shard as the sound of bone crunching on the bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed, whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how you folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine. Now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. The little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn about who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind. She enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So how about it? You and me. We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. God, screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine. We're gonna have so much fun. So my name's Tyron. If you ever need me, I'll be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Heh, laughed Tyron. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade, I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her head, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world. Yeah,
Alive.
B is going to stay
alive.
very fucked up. I don't think we're going to get much happier than this.
Grandma. Kaine, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
Do her eyes glow red, though? I actually haven't seen that, I don't think. So that's why she keeps her arm wrapped up.
Hey.
Probably. She truly is the best character in this game.
Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you.
Is this the same guy who plays Carol in Vesperia? It sounds similar.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is
What
that
is it? Oh.
a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna replay the second half of the game.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep.
Emil, a literal
Emil's
skeleton.
unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one. and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and... I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village. And now they want to
They won't even, yeah, they won't even let him go into the house on the
People
hill.
are afraid of us.
It's so dumb.
And really,
It really
I
is.
understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
Yeah, what a load of shit.
What is the matter?
Kaine always
Nothing
sleeps
ever goes
outside.
right.
I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Yeah, I wonder how many more, like, Kaine monologues we're gonna get.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila.
I told you Popola was the better sister.
For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola.
Oh, never mind.
But those feelings are pointless in the end.
In life, you
They
just
said
learn to
do
hate
what
everyone,
they did for the sake of the village.
and then you die.
To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad.
Yeah, didn't even think once that they had to sleep outside.
Because I never once stopped to think about
I
Kaine
wouldn't
in
blame
Emil's
yourself,
situation
man.
myself.
I really wouldn't blame yourself for that. It's so fucked up, because he distinctly has a house outside of town, too. Like, outside of the main part of town. And then they're just that much of assholes. I don't remember this.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil. But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are weird.
The campfire's over
I'm so
here.
happy to
Oh.
get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got. She gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay.
No, the cloth.
Can we just forget I told you about that?
It's really tragic, man. I really don't know what sword this is. As Devil of Hooch tastes good, and she says it's the best thing. Wait, isn't that just booze? What the fuck? Wow. Devil, can I drink like you do, you barmaid?
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Okay. I gotta remember how to even play this game. It's been so long since I played it.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
Damn, so... Wow.
My apologies for
What happened to his father, then?
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Oh no, it's more reading. Shit. I hoodwinked myself.
Say there, can you not hear me?
What the fuck? Why do I look different?
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed...
Holy shit, I look like the dude from the other Nier game.
Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Wait,
Right. Let's go.
is the other Nier game a sequel to this? Proceed beyond this point, you will be unable to save until the battle is over. I don't even know what I'm doing. What if I do this? Do I leave? So maybe this is like the super final area. Alright, so we know this is there now. So that's probably what you do. Yeah, you look like the guy from the other Nier game. Maybe that's a sequel to this, but then why would they bring it to America and title it Nier? Like it's the first game in the franchise. God, I hate it sometimes, man. I gotta find that game. I can't fucking find it.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Alright, so how do I save again? Let me go save first, and then I'll do it. I'll see what it is. That's crazy, because I can't find it at GameStop anywhere. I need to see if they have it, I guess we'll save over this. Wow, I haven't played this in like a month, literally. I guess what I'll do is I'll see if they have it at GameStop. I have some credit that I need to use anyway, so I would like to imagine that I could find a copy of it. Alright, so I looked on GameStop. They have it for like $20. It actually came out on 360 as well. If I could, I would like to get it for PS3 just because I like getting stuff for PS3. I want to build up that library a little bit. It also kind of makes sense since I have both the Automata games, or both the other Nier games on PS4. It sucks though because I could only, like, it's only store pickup, and the closest GameStop to me is like halfway down Manhattan, and I really kind of don't want to mess with that. So it's unfortunate, but...
The diary.
Yeah.
The world of the recycled vessel.
Oh, this is not just typical dialogue. Okay. So, I mean, I might just cough up the $31, because Amazon has it for $50 new, which I would rather not fucking pay, because it's not an old game. But I kind of want to get it, so... I guess I'm going to check out GameStop and see if I could find it at some point, and if not, I'll just fucking cough it up. I don't know. At least it's available. I remember trying to look for it before and I couldn't find it. Maybe it is a sequel. I don't know anything about it. Alright, let's do it. Who am I even fighting? I don't even know what's going on. This is the world of the recycled vessel created to avoid the destruction of all. What the fuck is this? Okay. Yeah, you auto sprint, right? I hate games with auto sprint. Not like, it's just a mechanic I'm not a fan of. I like being able to control my running. Maybe it's just a cool mode that they threw in just as like a throwback to it, you know? Because, I don't know, finding that game isn't impossible. I might just fucking cough up the money, honestly. I don't want to really get someone's use copy, to be fair. Especially if it's disc only. Like, believe it or not, when I go to GameStop and I buy used games, I actually inspect them. Like, they show it off to you, right? They're like, is this okay? I actually really want to make sure, like, not only does it play, but does it look good, you know? Because I kind of take pride over what goes in my video game library, believe it or not. Like, I am a little bit of a picky asshole about that. Whatever the case, I imagine that this was not in the original release of this game. It's so crazy. I'm gonna play all the Nier games in reverse. Imagine that shit, man. What a timeline we live in. Okay, we got the stats to do this. This is a nice remix. Shit, come on. Stop bonking me. Oh shit. What is this? Oh, motherfucker, really? Alright, we're gonna beat the shit out of it. It's no biggie. I don't even need to do anything. You ain't even worthy of me hitting you, homeboy. Shit. I dodged it. Nice. Hopefully I get to keep this costume. Medicinal herb. Could be just like a challenge mode, maybe. I don't want to get the Euros and the Euro version. I want to get the American version of it. The Black Scrawl, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. This visual filter. Holy shit. It's the visual filter that's weirding me out more than anything. I feel like I have something in my contact. Yeah, my magic is almost enough to kill these dudes just by shooting them. This is like when they show off a new video game and they're like, here's the PS3 version and here's the PS5 remaster. And this is literally what happened with Mass Effect Legendary. They just added a bunch of fucking light bloom and shit. It's like, how necessary was that really? Like, let's be honest here. It's literally the meme. There's a meme about this where they use Daredevil for some reason from the Netflix show. I think it's the funniest shit I've ever seen. I guess I should also look on eBay. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunge the world into darkness. I can't even lock onto them. I'm killing them too quick. Do I keep all my weapons? Yeah, I do. Which one was the one I liked? I forget. I think it was it Beast Curse? I guess it was the Dragoon Lance. You actually kind of do the jump, yeah. Oh, Ancient Overlord. Okay, those are the two-handed swords over here. Gotcha. Okay, I'm going back. I'm not using this. I can't even remember how to use the basic swords. I definitely am not going to remember how to use fucking spears. This is why I can't take a break when I do playthroughs. I legitimately forget everything else. But a lot has happened in a month. I'm feeling really good about things. So that's why I'm getting back to recording. It's a rare feeling. You know, it's nice. So let's play something depressing to equalize that. Okay, I'm just going to heal as needed. Seems like they give you 3 free healing items just for getting through each level. Oh, just a bunch of bubbles, which means I can't hit them with magic. If I'd known, I would have healed before. Fool's Embrace. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of magic. Yeah, probably just will take us through like all the different arenas we've been in. It's a challenge mode. I don't know what we're gonna get out of it, besides, I guess, more weapons. I don't think there was a dragon in this game. Maybe it's referring to this, the original Nier. It's crazy how, like, the future is just a way of making you, like, completely think differently about the past. Because I would have bought this shit ages ago if I had known it was this hype. I don't know why we have to have this filter, though. Have we fought something like this before? Because 2010 was a great year for fucking action slasher games. I don't think I'm being staggered by that. Yeah, no, I'm good. You might be good, but I'm better. Bitch. Okay, I never mind. I'm the bitch. I forgot my place for a minute. How could I? Damn it. When you're stuck inside of him, you can't really fucking jump over that with the roll. I mean, you can just guard break him. What is he? He can't do anything. No, but I get stuck. Alright, they give you healing items, so this is not, like, super impossible, bitch. This is one hell of a diary. Shit, Mom, what you be writing about? The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to soulless vessels. So maybe the original Nier game deals with this, like, white, this dragon and the white sickness. Oh no, I hate these enemies more than anything. Fuck. Okay. I'll heal, just because I got plenty. I just prefer one-handed sword. It's my general playstyle to like it more than anything. I knocked him in the quicksand. Okay, nice. Okay. If only I knew actual combos. I had a couple of combos, I think, when I was playing before. Now I have nothing. I can't remember any. Like, what am I supposed to do? Dude, there's a ton of healing items. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh. I hate you. I hate you the most. Yeah, Emil's voice actor kind of sounds like Carol from Vesperia. It could just be a very similar character archetype, but it really does sound like him. I could be wrong. I probably am. If you haven't played Tales of Vesperia, I highly recommend you check it out. Oh, nice. The combo took me off the platform. Whoops. Can I get shot in the ass when I come back? So y'all can't do that in this game. This game, it's fucked up to do that. How is he not dead? Okay. Tales of Vesperia is one of my favorite games of all time. Damn it! It's a fucking trap. Of course it is. Look at this shit. You know what? Fuck you. I'm leaving. Oh, this was the one I fought, what was it, in the field for like 40 minutes or some shit. Alright, wow, that was not very difficult. Kabuki. Oh, maybe that's it. Alright, nice. I guess it's to tie in the original Nier game to this one. Huh. Now we have another door. You sense something terribly sinister beyond this door. Maybe difficult to endure what awaits on the other side unless your soul's at least level 28. Well, you know what? Let's save first. I know I'm higher than level 28. Oh, I'm 27. Never mind. Oh, shit. It's a challenge mode. Alright, so let's we're gonna level up first. They recommend 28. I kind of don't blame them. I wonder how you change outfits. At least they warn you, right? They could just have you step through and get completely fucked. And then laugh at you.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Yeah, like I said, I've never even seen gameplay of Nier. So I don't even know what the game is like or what goes on in it. I have no idea whatsoever. So whatever happens in it must be absolutely bonkers.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village. And that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
Okay. She has quite the singing voice. I like when you're just around her in general. You can actually hear the music. Yeah, it seems like for the most part we're going to be just repeating what we've done already. So we've more or less seen most of this so far. I definitely want to do the challenge mode more. I almost probably could just screw out a victory now.
Popola?
I'm going to wait a little bit though.
Hello.
Look, I want to apologize for
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh-ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So, take a boat.
A boat?
I like how they never thought of this in all the
Yes.
years.
The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected. What with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right. I'll see you around.
Yeah, we know why she doesn't
And for
say
the love
anything.
of everything, be careful.
Actually, kind of sad. Is this the end of it, though? No, didn't we have to do, like, a whole bunch of bullshit to get in? Yeah, we had to go to every area again. Oh, Lord. Am I going to have to read my way through the... What was it? The Dream Town? That's actually a high possibility, so... I guess we'll see.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
Yep. Yeah, we know.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Alright. It would be really cool if you could go back in time to when you were a kid to, like, finish up anything you missed, but I get the feeling that you can't.
Hey, look who it is. Remember me?
That red bag. My pages. You're the slovenly half of that couple who refused to stop arguing.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah, Mr. Assassin's Creed
has.
Reject.
I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked. Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
Oh yeah, huh? Congrats.
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns. The old ball and chain is always harping on me now about how much I work. Anyway, if you got a place to be, just let me know and I'll take you there.
Back. Yep. I think you have to go there at least once, and then the game basically opens up to its final part. Which here is more like just skipping ahead to the basics. Dude, how do people fucking not have the case with the games, man? What is wrong with people? I hate that. This is why eBay is
Lost
actually
Shrine's
kind of
up ahead,
for this
just
stuff,
past
to
this
be
cave.
honest. Alright.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
Let us make haste.
You might actually save some money buying stuff off of eBay. Plus, you can kind of usually see what it looks like beforehand, so... Which is funny, because I spent years buying stuff with that generic GameStop case with all the weird artwork. You know how it is. Hansel. Yeah, so we actually get to see their names. This really does look like a Wind Waker dungeon in its own weird way. What's kind of crazy though is like the reason I don't really have a good storage space for my PS3 games is because some of them are in like those box bundles. There's not really a way to put box bundles inside of like a bunch of game racks without either modifying the box bundle, which is kind of pointless. You might as well just not use it at that point. Or like, I don't know, the games are just too big. So I actually don't have my PS3 games on racks. Contrary to, you know, how I store the rest of my games. The only game I can't store normally is Modern Warfare 2. Because I have the Hardened Edition and that's wider than normal. I remember getting the Hardened Edition too, way back in the day. You should see the back of that disc. That shit got so much playtime and usage, man. It's crazy. Good times. That's what I mean, like, I like collecting games of all kinds. I prefer them to work, obviously. That's kind of the point. Yeah, I'll check eBay before I do anything. I gotta see how much money I have in my account. again, stop bothering me. Rumor Vice has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. My life is over. Just leave me alone. What? I think that's why he comes back. He gets renewed purpose to try to kill us. So we're getting all the backstory, because I guess we came up here and fought him to realize that we need to get all 5 talismans to open the door. I can't remember, so I'm just spitballing here.
Ain't you excited, Sunshine? We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't talk to me.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
It'll be cool to know how much this tormented her during the first part of the game. Oh god, we have to move this. Now, this is a fate worse than death. Wait, I'm sorry, how do you move this? What? Oh, you have to pull it. You'd be surprised how many games don't let you pull. Like, I'm kind of shocked by that sometimes. Oh, okay, you gotta pull this.
This is all too easy.
Yeah, it's easy when you don't fight. Why do people say running away is hard? Shit. Oh, I guess that wasn't the correct way. I guess we do this. What? I thought this was longer. I guess I'm misremembering. Oh, never mind. I take it all back. Why did I even open my goddamn mouth? Of course. This is why I just should not ever say anything. I'm like, oh, this is surprisingly short. I guess we just pull it all the way over. Yeah. There you go. Oh, fuck. I feel like I'm doing strength puzzles in Pokemon right now. Okay. Have to hop over it, push it. We have to do the same thing to the other side. Yeah, you can't shift it. What is it called? You can't shift it while holding it. What game is it that lets you push something? I think it might literally just be Zelda. You could like grab it like this and you'll be able to move it up and down. You can't do that in this game. Look at them peeking through the wall, by the way. Thirsty ass enemies. Oh, what are you doing? We can understand Shade now.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety shades.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
I guess now we're just gonna get to hear from this dude out of nowhere. It's actually kind of a shame that we didn't get to hear from him more before. Oh, fuck. Damn, y'all motherfuckers thirsty. Holy shit. I don't remember them trying to clip through the door like this. That's some next level thirst. I ain't even getting the hot tub yet. I may at least put my swimsuit on. What the hell? Okay. Pull this all the way over. What? Oh no! Oh no! They won't let me run! Help! Ah! This one particular door won't open.
You haven't killed enough, Sunshine. It's time for them all to die. Yeah.
Fucked up. I really like that. It really takes off your armor. It's good damage. We have to fight you. I mean, at this point, like, at least the levels don't really seem to change too much, so yeah, you can kind of just fucking bulldoze him. What is he gonna do to you? Nothing. You're way too over leveled for this. You know, we go all the way up here and have to leave anyway. Unless maybe that's part of, like, the different ending, is we're just gonna actually just blaze through the end of the game again. I've treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you, all because you went guest stall before the change was complete. But after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our lot... Yep, and then we came along and killed all of them. Wow. Boy, it would sure be bad if something else happened, you know?
Look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village.
I mean, what are they going to do to stop them if they were to come in the village?
So you're staging
Nothing.
a protest? Have fun.
Tell these people
Don't
to
waste
fuck
your
off.
time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Well,
You got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Neil, that's enough. I've got a fucking image to maintain.
He says
seem
nothing.
to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
Yeah, we murder everyone outside. They're all speaking as equals and shit, and we murder all of them. Oh, come on, man. I just want to... Oh, whatever, man. You need to stop thinking that anything good happens in life. I'm playing a Nier game.
This is...
What? Who's even alive? Oh, okay. Fuck you. I can fight and write. That's how good I am. Yeah, they're all chilling. Or I don't know. Maybe they were chilling. Where does he even come from? Yeah, I was confused that one of them survived. Well, it was more just that he didn't have anything else
What's
to do.
going on? There's dozens of them!
They're too strong for you. So unfortunately, basically, we kill his new friends.
Some creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light.
I don't know how I
To
feel
the
about
end,
that.
I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
I'm not their leader, it's I who rely on them. It is they who saved me. Stop hurting my friends.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying here.
I wonder if anyone else can hear Tyron besides Kaine. I wonder if anyone can understand what he's saying. Well, obviously not us. Alright, bitch.
Have you felled the beast?
Nope. Yeah, we're not so different. He just wants to save his friends. And we're slaughtering them.
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, Sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for this freak, are ya? Ain't no turning back now. You got a lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
I'm just like taking no damage from any of this. It's really weird. Not saying it's designed to be super hard at all. Oh, fuck that shit.
Kaine!
I'm sorry, no matter how I slice it, that just looks hilarious. Especially knowing that she's okay.
Oh, you're kidding me!
I gotta revive you again, goddammit!
Kaine!
Yeah, he's literally begging his body to fucking work. Just so he could save his friends. Oh well. At least give him a merciful end.
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine! I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, Sunshine.
I'm taking that body.
Kaine! Kaine!
I guess that's what we do here is we subdue him. So she can keep the power and not die. See, now this makes a lot more sense. It's a lot less random.
It's Kaine's shade!
With no other choice, we must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
Okay, well, obviously they didn't... I don't think they upped the levels of any of these enemies, so before we were probably, what, like level 14 or something when we got here? Obviously now we're level 27. That's basically endgame. Oh, shit. So this is the thing.
Now, pin her down.
Kaine, please! Come
Easy.
back to
All right.
us!
This isn't the end of the game. Yeah, no, it isn't. So we're gonna go to all the different areas again.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak, and I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare leave me!
All right. Stop crying.
Anything but that.
Thanks. I'm all right.
She's basically immortal.
Over there.
Right. Was this our first tablet? I think it was. Yep.
And what is this?
It's me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
Yeah, we gotta go hit up all the places again. Which what? The area was what? A boss fight? Forest place was a bunch of reading. I don't even think there were choices the second time. Desert place, machine people, and I forget what the last one is. I think it's only 5.
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this.
The Stone Guardian, yeah.
I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
Not a problem. If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
Damn straight.
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful.
I'm always careful.
Oh, and listen. About Kaine and Emil. The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight. I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I'll try.
So I don't know why they just don't hustle into his house and just chill on the first floor. What are people gonna do? Stop him? You can't chase these people off. They're the only things keeping you safe. Those guards would never have handled the Knave of Hearts. Not in a million years would they have ever stopped him. Alright, and for Junk Heap.
Popola said we might be able to find a key fragment in the Junk Heap.
Perhaps we can find a clue at Two Brothers' weaponry.
Alright. Let's head out. I think you have to do this first and then come back and do it later. It might be different now, though. Who even knows? Two Brothers Weaponry would be a cool name of a store. Or 4? Yeah. I mean, we're going up a ladder, like, because they never added anything else, like, it's actually just faster just to do this. I think the enemies are different this time around. I guess sometime this year, or definitely next year, I'm gonna play Nier, whatever the American one is. I pretty much have to at this point, because I'm so invested. I'm like, what the hell is, what could have happened in that game now? I'm just completely at the same place I was before I played this game now, just with another one. So I'll try to find it cheap and see if I could just snatch a copy. Fucking, I cannot believe all the times I could have just gone to GameStop and bought it for $20 or less. Now I gotta do all this weird shit, man. I gotta find used games on from GameStop to actually spend my credit on. I don't even know what used games I'm looking for. I looked through their GameCube library. It's all either sold out or pick up in store, and none of the stores near me have them. So it's kind of like, what the fuck? The only one that they have is Sunshine.
Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape!
Oh no. Are we gonna die, Mom? My child. You're almost grown up now, my child. Stay strong. You must run now, do you understand? Run as fast as you can. What about you? I'll challenge them and give you time to escape. No, you can't. Be safe, my child. Be safe and happy. Promise me that you'll remember your mother. Mom, wait, let's go together. Mom!
Here! They're in here!
Yeah, so they wouldn't come looking in the other room. She just gets completely bodied. No, don't leave me. They actually kind of say it. Because now we know what shades actually are. Mom, why? Who's there?
Who are you?
I'm Khalil. What's your
Military
name?
defense robot, P-33. You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes.
I'm crying, you big dumb robot. I miss my mom.
What is crying? Who is Mom?
Doesn't matter. I can't see her ever again because she's dead.
My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago? Really?
874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes.
Aren't you lonely?
I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying.
I'm crying because I don't want to die.
You will die.
If the humans catch me, they're gonna kill me.
Why will they kill you?
Sniff.
I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil. Military defense robot P-33 will protect you.
You're gonna help me?
P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Khalil.
Thanks, robot. And since we're friends now, I'm gonna call you Beepy. And we have to murder them too, of course. Maybe we won't have to come back because we already have the sword. Like, the whole point of that portion is you get the sword and then you come back. Maybe, we'll see.
Man, there's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh, wow. Check this out. It looks brand new.
Hey, be careful, all right? This place is dangerous.
I'll be fine.
Oh, no!
Huh?
Look out!
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, he died instantly.
Jacob! Oh god, this can't be happening! Jacob! Jacob!
I think he pulled his arm off, right?
No!
They really like people losing limbs in Nier. Wow, that was scary.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution. One intruder has perished.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think they were chasing me. They seemed nice. Yeah, so they had nothing to do with it. They just happened to be wrong place, wrong time. And he developed a lifelong grudge. And eventually we kill him.
The junk heap. Perhaps we should speak to the brothers. They might know something about this.
Alright. Of course, that happened 5 years prior to this, so... should I save? Yeah, I guess we'll save. Since I ran all the way over here. Might as well. Takes 2 seconds. Damn, I found Nier online, but it's 21 fucking bucks and it's bid only. Kinda hate
It's
fucking
been a
bids.
while. You're the little one, aren't you? You've grown up.
How fares your brother?
My brother's been dead for 4 years.
I'm sorry, 4 years.
Oh, I see. Please forgive the question.
It's okay.
I need to ask you something.
What is it?
You heard any rumors about shades around here? Not the little ones. I'm looking for one that's unusually big and powerful.
No, I haven't heard about anything like that. But I haven't really been listening. All I want is to destroy robots. Just rip them up.
Okay.
He's like, what the fuck?
Never mind then. See you later.
Alright, bye, asshole.
Wait!
Yes.
I recently got my hands on a weapon. A very powerful weapon. I thought you might get some use out of it.
Okay. Iron Will.
Don't we already have this weapon?
Yeah, exactly.
These things happen the same time. This sword has seen better days.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. I mean, there's potential, but it's fairly powerless right now.
Can you repair it?
I can repair anything with the proper materials.
If you'll fix it, I'll get the parts.
I'm so glad I decided not to throw this out. I'm gonna need some memory alloy. Only the real big enemies on the second basement level have them. Also, here's the passcode to get down there. Use it on the elevator.
B2 passcode.
I'm gonna need only
Ah, goddammit.
What can I help you with?
Nothing probably. I don't think I have enough materials to do any of this.
Come back.
Alright. Moving on. I think the first part of this was more fucked up than the second part, to be honest with you.